Hey guys, and welcome back to Plasmatic Productions. My name is Plasmatic.
Who am I?
I don't know.
Plasmatic's dad.
Yeah, that works out pretty well. You were Timber a couple times. Yeah.
Was I?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Today we're going to be going back and wrapping some more comic books with you guys. This time we have some Doctor Strange and also
Iron Man.
Yeah, so we're just going to be here and doing these random stuff.
And they do call these vintage now, right? Even though
Yeah.
they're from my childhood. How could that be vintage? It's impossible.
Alright, so what do we got here? We're going backwards. So this is
Alright.
what Wong used to... Wong was actually around all the way back then. And this is Clea. She showed up in the post-credit scene.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. How do we get these thingy-doos out of here? So, last time I only mentioned the fact that these were yours. Now we can actually see. These are back from... What years are these from? This is...
in the 70s, right?
Yeah, this is actually late 70s. This is 1978, so it's not quite as old as I think some of the stuff we were doing last time. Because most of your collection is from the 70s, right?
60s and 70s.
60s and 70s, right? These things really...
Just a few years ago.
Yeah. It's really strange. Iron Man really just didn't have any real recurring villains. Like, here we just have some random guy called Midas who can turn people to gold, and that's hurting Iron Man somehow? I really don't know.
Yeah, most of the villains that you see in these old comics you've never heard of.
Yeah.
How about that one? Ooh.
What have you got there?
The Return of the Ancient One. Isn't the Ancient One the one who's sort of the head sorcerer?
Yeah. They made her the bald lady.
Yeah, but look, he's a dude with nice big beard.
Ooh,
What do you think?
nice.
Should I grow one like that?
Absolutely. You know, I think that all of us would love to see that. Especially your sister.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay, actually, this guy, I do know. He did show up a couple times. This is Jack of Hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I only know him because he showed up in the Lego Avengers games. He looks really strange. That's not a good look, but that's the 70s, I guess.
Well, look. Doctor Strange versus Doctor Strange. See, it's just like in the movie.
Yeah, that's where they got the idea from.
Probably.
You think it's probably not a multiversal thing though. They didn't really have that back then.
No.
It's probably just some doppelganger because of
Who knows? Or an illusion. Or...
the magic stuff is because the covers would really just try to deceive you into buying what they've got.
Yeah, it's true. Very often
Yeah.
they weren't always representative of what was actually happening in the story.
Yeah. Sorry, the low battery thing. I had to turn that off. 10%. We'll see how long this gets us.
Okay.
It doesn't even say who these villains are on the cover, so I have no idea. But back in the old days, they used to have like slots so you could see Iron Man's eyes in his suit. Which now it looks so weird to me.
Oh yeah.
It's strange and just why?
It's me.
Yeah. Because Marvel was, I feel like, more into that, actually. Apart from, like, Spider-Man and Daredevil, most of their heroes, you could actually see their eyes. As opposed to, like, Batman, all the time, and Green Lantern.
There's a good one. Its name is Wormwood.
Wormwood? Seriously?
And no man can escape it alive.
That's great. Just great. Oh, look at this. Yeah, Jack of Hearts shows up again. Guess he must have been a little more recurring. And it mentions that Midas also appeared in this, so maybe he was also kind of recurring? Does Midas ring a bell? Or?
Yeah. I think he's a couple of times, I think. I vaguely remember. Okay, Mr. Organizer, what should we do about king-size annuals? Put them aside?
Yeah, put the king-size annuals aside. Yeah, show them what that looks like, yeah.
Okay. Even though they look like they're kind of contemporary with the ones I was just wrapping.
Yeah.
But, see, this is how they used to just come out every once in a while with these things. They say king-size annual, but it wasn't always just only once per year. Then they have some other giant-size annual.
Sometimes they just have a king-size giant. And
Yeah.
then what's the point of that?
So there could be a few of those during the year, but
Yeah.
they say annual. I think they're kind of using the word annual rather loosely.
They actually do annuals these days. Yeah, and it is once a year, but it doesn't feel like it because it's like every 12 issues, which I realize now is a year, but it doesn't feel like it when you're just reading it on like DC Universe online, you know, and you're just reading them all in one day, and it's like, I just hit the next annual already. This is what I do between my class periods at school, just read comics.
Uh-oh, so here's Clea, and it says, Clea's gone mad. And it says, the most shocking story of all, sorcerer against the woman he loves. It says, Clea's gone mad, and I can't stop her without destroying her.
Wow.
Yeah, somehow I think that's not true.
Yeah, especially since we just saw her in later issues. Because we are working backwards, too, because we found this box kind of as a surprise. We didn't expect to see this. It was tucked away somewhere in my brother's closet, which we only picked up more recently because this was on one of your last trips back to... He grew up in Pittsburgh. One of the last trips back to Pittsburgh, Grandma gave this one to you. This box of Iron Man and Doctor Strange.
Right, because she found it. I had them all tucked away in different closets in my parents' house.
100!
She says, get these comic books out of the house.
Yep. Oh, here we go. Yeah, King Size Annual, where Iron Man teams up with the Champions, which is another team, which we actually wrapped, not on video obviously, but other times. The Champions was made of Iceman and Angel from the X-Men, and then Black Widow, Ghost Rider, and Hercules. It's a real strange team. It makes no sense whatsoever. He's got like an Avenger, two Avengers. Hercules was an Avenger back then. Two X-Men, yeah, and Ghost Rider for some reason.
Here's one of my favorite things about Marvel. They were very good at alliteration. It says, malevolent magic in the mighty Marvel manner. How about that? Stan Lee's favorite things to do. So make alliteration as much as you can, guys.
Yeah, okay. This is... I don't know where I recognize this guy from, but this is Sunfire. I've seen him in something. Yeah, Sunfire.
Yeah, he's been around also a number of times.
Yeah. Was he just a villain, or?
I think so.
Yeah. Also, this shows Iron Man's old armor. It looks mostly the same, except for the fact that he's got like pointy things on his head, and these big weird circles on his hips. It's really weird. I forget. I was talking to one of my buddies in physics, and there was this guy who was sitting in front of us who had like this cool sweatshirt of the classic Avengers. Except there were those giant hip things on the side of Iron Man. We just got so confused, and now it's all I can see when I look at classic Iron Man. There's those huge...
In case you ever wanted to see what the devil actually looks like, there he is.
Gasp. All red and...
Trapped between the devil and the dead. He's got to save the woman he loves. Before he was trying to kill her, that was later. But now he's got to save her. I wonder if these stories are connected.
Yeah, real toxic relationship there. I feel like they're probably going to have to do that romance, I guess, in the next Doctor Strange, if they do a third one. I don't know if they should, but...
They introduced her.
Yeah. So I guess they might as well.
Or maybe she'll show up in the Avengers.
Yeah, that's also possible. He kind of just threw out that whole thing with the Rachel McAdams character, whatever her name was. But
Oh, look, Dracula. Yeah.
Huh.
Says he killed Doctor Strange. I don't think so.
Again, I doubt that. It's very strange. Oh yeah. You can see how Iron Man's costume is actually mostly cloth. That just kind of looks like armor. Because either that or it's just really shoddy metal. Because I guess, yeah, you could say it's kind of like the way that metal tears when you... It really looks not strong at all. Like cheap steel that you'd, knock through by
I
accident.
didn't think Tony Stark was on a budget.
I think he was just living in the 70s. Where... Did you guys have... Was iron invented back then yet? Or is it a futuristic metal? Like, the flying...
in what was it called? The Eternals.
The Eternals,
right?
yeah?
Was that the movie? No, that Thor movie. That Eternity thing.
Yeah, Eternity.
Look, that's supposed to be Eternity.
Oh, wait, that's really... Eternity is destroying the...
Alone against Eternity. Eternity is destroying the Ancient One. Here's the Ancient One with his nice beard.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So see, all these things that are in current movies have their history in vintage comic books.
Yeah, you're vintage, Poppy. It's okay. Alright. Yes, none of these characters make the battle of the death between the cunning cutlass of Kraken.
See? Alliteration.
Yes, except it's C, C, and K.
Yeah, but it sounds...
Yeah. The question is, why is this guy called Kraken? He's a normal-looking dude with, like, a little sword. Wait. He might be a pirate.
Uh-huh.
But still, why is he called Kraken? He's gotta have, he should have, 8 legs or something.
You'd think.
Mm-hmm. This is what happens when you have to come up with something every month for...
That's right.
50 years.
Okay, here we go. We got Dormammu.
Ooh,
Looks like the Human Torch.
He does. Yeah, he has the flaming head and the.
Yeah.
He was the last floating cloud villain I think that we saw in a while in the Doctor Strange movie. They turned him into a cloud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He's actually voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch. You know that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They got him to do. So he was just talking to himself for a solid, half an hour in that movie. However long Dormammu was in. I don't remember how long Dormammu was in that movie. It was... I just remember that guy, Mads Mikkelsen, the guy who plays every villain in movies these days.
Right.
He was some bad guy in that.
That's right.
Kai Sil, something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
It was not a very memorable villain then. Much more memorable as, I guess, Grindelwald, and he showed up in so many things. I can't think of what he's done. I think he's going to be in the new Indiana Jones or something.
He was a very good villain in the James Bond movie, the first one with Daniel Craig.
Wait, that was him?
Yeah. He was the guy who cried blood out of his eye when he got stressed. With the poker game. And
yeah, that was really gross. Yeah.
Alright, when strikes the silver dagger. Yeah, I didn't realize how much Clea was in these comics. I mean, she's like in every cover.
Wow, that's... She was really like a real partner in...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must confess, I didn't reread the Doctor Strange comics as often as I read Spider-Man and things like that. So I don't remember hardly any of these. Which is why they're in better condition.
Exactly. It's a lot easier to do these because the Spider-Man ones are totally falling apart. But
well, here's Dormammu's entire body.
Great. One time I'm maybe glad they made him a cloud instead of doing that.
Because he just looks like a normal, usual hero/villain with a typical suit on, except for his head's exploded.
Yeah, it's just purple jumpsuit. Ooh, yeah. King size annual. Look at that. We have Iron Man battling the menacing Molecule Man.
Ooh.
Who's the... Oh, and the macabre Man-Thing. See, I know him. He just showed up in the Halloween special for Marvel. Man-Thing.
Did he?
Yeah. You fell asleep.
No wonder.
Yeah. It was a good thing. Werewolf by Night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one that says Doctor Strange versus the Dynamic Defenders in a world he never made. But
What?
Doctor Strange was a member of the Defenders, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he was one of the main...
What's up with that? Oh, look, there's
Read
Silver
to
Surfer.
find out. Alright, how many more of these should we do? What, are you close to any landmark issue or something?
Just about to bag Doctor Strange #1. So this is one of those series where, of course, he was in other titles, and then they decided to give him his own title. But obviously, this is from the '70s, so he had his own title before. But here's #1. It's called "It Lurks Within the Crystal Ball."
Not stereotyped at all.
That's right.
Ooh, magic.
Oh, magic crystal ball. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, and then these are all now reprints from older.
Yeah, show them.
So it's called. This one was called Marvel Premiere.
Yeah.
So Marvel Premiere. Eventually, they would sort of, switch to a different hero. It didn't always have to be the same.
Yeah.
What's this? Like a lot of those other Marvel Preview.
Marvel Preview, there's a lot of presents, Marvel Feature.
Right. And
Yeah.
so they were reprints from earlier comics. So they
Well,
got
some of them
mileage.
actually were not just reprints, but sort of like test runs. To see like,
right.
yeah, like if this sells well, we might give them their own line.
Right.
Seems to be what happened with Doctor Strange. Did he have his own line in the 60s? Or
I don't remember.
because this might have actually been his first line then.
It could be. He could have just been this character that, how they would sometimes have multiple stories in one comic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Or he would show up in the Defenders and stuff like that.
yeah. Or just featured in, an Avengers comic or something.
Yeah. Alright, we'll try to get to that Doctor Strange. I'm at 84 now, so... We've been running this for like 17 minutes already.
Whoa.
Time flies. We can always stop and just make a new video and I'll post them separately.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, once we get through the Doctor Strange stuff, because then...
Then that'll be finished.
Yeah, and we'll both be working on Iron Man. Ooh, look at this! Knight of the Walking Bomb!
Ooh.
Wait, the character's name isn't Walking Bomb. It's the Fearsome Freak. Yeah, the double alliteration is really coming in strong here, and the designs for these characters are really becoming uninspired. Because Jack Kirby wasn't the artist anymore, was he? Who was,
I doubt it. So this is called... Here's this villain called Baron Mordo. He was a recurring also, right?
He was in the movies.
Oh, he was that guy.
Yeah.
Right.
I forget the actor, but he was in both Doctor Strange movies. Yeah, this time this is being written by Len Wein, or Wine, and drawn by Herb Trimp and Marie Severin.
Okay.
And we're at 1975 now. Working the way back. Issue number 83. Because I started Iron Man at issue 107, so working our way through.
Alright, so here's just the title, but it's called The Creatures from the Crypt. But wasn't there...
There you go.
Wasn't that an actual comic line?
Creatures from the...
An old one, like from the early '60s. Something. Tales from the Crypt.
Maybe. I really wouldn't know.
I may even have a few somewhere buried in the archives.
Yeah. Oh, you know what Doctor Strange probably appeared in first?
Tales of the Crypt.
No, no. I think it was probably something like Strange Adventures or something. Where they would, because oftentimes they would create a character based off of the title of their comic. Like, in DC, they had a title called Strange Adventures that became about Adam Strange.
Okay.
But it wasn't always about him, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's probably he probably showed up in one of those really random lines, like how half of the Golden Age DC characters appeared in stuff like More Fun Comics.
More Fun Comics.
Yeah, or All American Comics. I think Green Lantern, Alan Scott first appeared there. So the Flash, Barry Allen, didn't even show up until he showed up in Showcase, where that was again DC's idea of trying to see who would take off.
There's the Shambler from the Sea.
Ooh. Speaking of the sea, this really looks like Namor with the pointy ears and the hairstyle, but it does not say who this is. And does it really... Is Iron Man's really... Is it a webhead? He's Shellhead?
Yes. Yep.
Spider-Man's web... Shellhead.
Shellhead.
You know what? I'm really glad that particular thing did not make it to the movies. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you can tell that Stan Lee wrote this one. It says by Stan Lee and Barry Smith because Doctor Strange says, by the hoary hosts of Hogarth, let magic reign.
That has to be Stan Lee.
You betcha. Good old Stan Lee.
The hoary hosts of...
The hoary hosts of Hogarth.
Jeez. That's something. It was back when Iron Man had 3 circles on his chest, as opposed to just the big one in the middle.
3. What does he do with 3 of them? They don't all shoot stuff, do they?
No, I don't think so. I think that is just for decoration. It's a Brainiac.
Oh, that, yeah. No,
Yeah.
sure. I remember that now. Alright, that's all the Doctor Strange.
Oh, Doctor Strange. Alright. We have one of the best named characters ever, Dr. Kurakil!
Who?
Kurakil! Look at this. Kurakil. It's great.
Okay.
He's got some Hulk guy to support him, and to sell the comic, they put a woman in a bikini in the corner. You know, all the things you need to sell a comic book. What number are you at now?
78.
78, yeah, I've got 79. I'll put this down first.
Ah, look, very timely. It's called Vengeance in Vietnam.
Oh, when was... I did not take history. When did
Well, that was
Vietnam...
It was in the 70s. Well, late 60s into early 70s.
Oh, giant size Iron Man number 1. It's the Golden Avenger versus the Angel, Hawkeye, and Captain America. Yeah, if you look really carefully, you can see Captain America in there with these little lines around his head of like shock. Most dorky you can get. We already wrapped all the Captain America ones, but the titles there are always... It's always stuff like this. The goofy and the dorky. Let's get to 75 and we'll call it quits there.
Okay.
Which is just 2 more.
Look. Iron Man fights the Hulk.
They really like doing that to sell comic books. You just have them fight another hero,
Right.
and then it would instantly sell. At least supposedly.
Well, then they got to have guest appearances by other...
Yeah. It's like if you liked the Hulk
Characters.
book,
Right.
yeah, it would make you pick up the Iron Man book.
Right. Ooh, it's both in the same
This is the
one.
last one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, except let me just show it this one. Here's... Wait.
This is
Oh,
MODOK.
yeah. Here's MODOK. In
Yeah.
its original form of the comics. Well...
Oh, this probably wasn't his original form.
No, actually, no, it looks like a guy, he's in a robot costume.
Yeah, this is strange. But still the big
But
head.
but his face is the same.
Yeah. And now for Invincible Iron Man number 75. The battle for the Golden Globe goes on, but only the Black Llama will triumph. I know it's spelled differently than the animal, but
The black llama.
yeah.
He looks pretty amazing too.
Yeah, this is... He's furry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they just didn't know how to spell the animal and they...
No, they did it on purpose. You kidding? They were very educated over there.
You know what? This is a good time to call it at 75 with the black llama. All
Yep.
right. Everyone want to come down and say hi? Great.
Watch out for the black llama when you're out there.
Yeah, if a black llama crosses your path, you're in for a bad day.
Yeah.
All right. Give us a like, comment, subscribe. We'll do this again, even if this video doesn't do well, because it's actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you guys. Bye.